you returned to the side that won so convincingly last week. What do you say to the players after the difference in that 7 days?
Well, we just didn't do the basics well enough. Just didn't do the basics. We didn't pass the ball well enough to cause them a problem. We didn't win our headers. We didn't get on second balls. We didn't get a footing in the game. If you do all those things, you get in the game. But we didn't do them. Absolutely no chance did we do them.
And I mean, out there today, the performance, the result, the fans so far behind you giving support all along. It looked as though it was going to be 0-0. There just weren't chances, were there, for either side?
No, there weren't. It was a real. Look, the pitch didn't help. It was a real sticky pitch from obviously the sand and so on and things. So it didn't help. Conducive for a good game. And I think, to be honest, their boy got injured because of a sticky pitch. To be honest, so that didn't help to a fluent game. But look, you just got to do the basics right. If you do the basics right, we get a draw minimum.
You mentioned the pitch there and the injuries. Of course, there was 3 in the first half, all that seemed to be pitch related. What's the issue with Scott Cuthbert?
Well, he had a tight sort of adductor yesterday, sort of glute, and he did that. Just a reoccurrence, really. No problem or anything yesterday, but today it was.
And bringing Glenn Ray on, obviously you got the opportunity to Glenn or Johnny Mullins at the back there.
Yeah, and look, we went with Glenn because he's a little bit more up to speed, but that's the decision we made. But we've got a strong squad to be able to cope with that.
And also off the bench, your game change, you're trying to freshen things up, Jordan Cook and Elliot Lee, but nobody really got into the game today and nobody really got on.
I don't think anyone. Look, Pelly Reddick showed a real good lot of endeavour in terms of his running and in possession, but apart from that, we had no real cutting edge or anything, and that was a sad thing today. As I said, the pitch didn't help, but it was back down to earth with a real bump after last week.
A couple of things to talk about regarding the goal and also the goal scorer. I mean, did you feel he could have been sent off for the foul on Alan Sheehan when he was already on a yellow card, deliberately taking him out?
Look, I'll have to see that again. I didn't realise that. That's one or two things that's controversial maybe. But look, we should have just cleared our lines. There may be a foul in the build-up, but if you clear lines, you don't get those problems. But that's the way it was.
That was going to be my other question. It looked as though Alan McCormack was fouled when he lost possession.
Yeah, and the ref played on. I'll have to see it again before I comment and say it was definite foul, but Mac is adamant it was. Look, can't have that.
Just didn't go for us today, did it?
No, look, we were nowhere near the levels we were last week. Absolutely nowhere near the levels.
Right at the end there, I think it's Ollie Lees had a header, the keeper's tipped over. Dan Potts in the first half had a header tipped over, and they were the 2 chances really, weren't they?
Yeah, with some set plays, which is not normally a massive strength of ours. We normally create a lot more, but we lacked a cutting edge today in terms of everything. There's no fluency in our play, and that sometimes happens.
You've got a week now, obviously the Checkatrade Trophy game on Tuesday. I'm guessing it'll be a slightly different side to those that we've seen so far, but then the focus back on 3 points for next week and getting back the performance that we know they're capable of after seeing them last week.
Well, we need to, because as I said, we were just off it today and considerably off it, and it's a one-off really, we hope, because we've been at it in pre-season, so let's hope we can get that back. But look, all credit to Barnet. They were a very dangerous side, and in terms of counter-attacking, and they ran and they worked and they grafted. I didn't think we were really at it today.
Case of getting the bad day out of the office out of the way early on in the season.
Well, I hope so, because we can't have that. And I said last year we drew too many games and we conceded too many late errors. We need to eradicate those.
Thanks very much, Nate.
I think either camp were that happy with the ref today. There was a facial injury to Harry Taylor, seemed to catch an elbow. Is it any view on that one?
You won't catch me speaking about referees for the rest of my career, so waste your time.
Okay.